Yo, welcome back to and man, I'm actually excited about this one. We're still tapping in, so make sure you press that like, share, subscribe button, press that bell. Even if you don't watch this, support it, right? And even if you don't trade or whatever, but you just support it. But anyway, even if you don't know anything about it, but you want to learn, support it, man, because I feel like you can learn a lot from this channel. This is a free resource channel, and you get to see me go through it. 5 years I've been in this thing, and still feel like sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. But I have definitely traveled the world, made a lot of money, lost money, and show a lot of people how to make the money too. So this is a skill that you won't forget. So we taking the original academy that's called Trenton State Academy. It was in 3 phases. We had 100% of conversion rate with those phases. We helped over 10,000 families, individuals in those families. So it, it just means a lot. So and then that's not even counting the smaller course that we had. So we decided to take this academy that has spent us a year and a half to make and put it on YouTube, which is going to take us about a year and a half to make. But you guys get to document this journey. So my next 5 years will be documented, and I can't wait for you to see some things that will happen. So let's get it, man. Um, this is we're on gold, and so we're going to start off with gold. We're going to go over what it was like. And then you already know I'm gonna delete the weekly and the daily time frame, and we're gonna mark them back up because we change each week. So I'm gonna show you what happened last week, and then we'll go into it. I got my notes right here with me, so I'm gonna read my notes out to you first. The expectation for this trade, I think I kept it. Here you go. That we was expecting for this trade to do. We expect for price. We said price has not broken, which was the last thing we saw in this thing. Price had not broken above the previous daily high to buy. If price breaks below the previous daily low, then sell. Wait for the next movement, right? So we wanted to wait for the next movement. This is the day time frame. Uh, why do I keep doing that? Oh, okay. I was thought we was above pivot points. Maybe I'm missing something. Oh yeah. So as you can see on the daily time frame, we are on pivot point. So since the last time we saw this trade, on my notes, I got price broke above previous weekly close and previous daily high. And let me drop down to let me drop down. You may see it a little clear here. Go back. So where it go? All right, so as you see, price broke above previous daily close and then broke above the previous daily high, and then price had a slight pullback, which is also above the pivot levels. And as you saw in the daily time frames, we was above the pivot levels. If we was going to sell, we wanted the price to drop below the previous daily open, maybe breaking back into this monthly high here and going back down below these pivot levels. But since price did not do that, it slightly pulled back. And as you can see from this high to this low, price all did a little small pullback, right? Pull back to the previous low. I mean, not the previous low. It pulled back to retest this previous weekly high that it broke out of. All right. Also, this previous daily close. So price pulled back to retest that previous daily close. And then price came back and retest that previous daily weekly. Or at the as you see, is in that same range. Neither one of these candlesticks dropped below because if it did, it would have dropped back into the previous daily close, and that's what we was looking at for that next movement. And in order for the sell, if price break below previous daily low, which is really the open, that's supposed to be in previous daily open, then we would look for the sell, but price did not. Um, so we're still above the monthly high, which is significant to us. Now we're above the previous weekly high, and the previous daily high, right? So we're showing some momentum for the upside in this buy. Um, that was on a 4 hour time frame. This is what it looked like on the date time frame. Boom. 1 second, because this song is throwing me off. we just gonna do this. Yeah, I got a vibe. That was not vibing. My bad. That was not vibing. All right. So yeah, I decided I wasn't gonna like delete it. I'm working on my little subscription right here because I don't know, things happen. So when I get it back going, which is be next week, or it should be, I'll be able to lock a lot of this in. It won't move, and then I can delete what I want to delete. Right now, I want you to be able to see it, and so that's why you need to go back to the previous video. But so now since price broke above the previous daily high, we're gonna look into buying this. Uh, we're above the pivot points on the day. Are we above the pivot points on the week? I think we are above the pivot points on the week. Yep. I think for the month too. Honestly, this thing was on a strong buy for the month. Yep. We're still in the same month. You know what I'm saying? We're still in the same month. And okay. Yeah. Yeah. Price pull back here. All right, price going to buy, they would have broke somewhere down here. And on the 1 hour, we'll be looking what price do there. All right, so let's do it. Now we're gonna move that there. We're gonna go down to the one that we're gonna delete the previous daily high. Since we know price had broke above previous daily high and pull back, we were looking to buy. I'm going to delete the previous daily and the previous weekly, and then we're gonna go into it. So give me a second to do that. And yes, I can easily take each section and slide over to the next candlestick. I'm just letting y'all watch me mark this up each time. I'm starting over each week. Should we only delete the week? Wait. Okay. I hope y'all having a good day too. Y'all gotta excuse me. Last week and the week before had a lot going on, and mentally I wasn't here, so I wanted to make sure I still posted. So I still posted everything. It just took me time, and I wanted to personally thank y'all for being patient, and thank you for tuning in. And yeah. So let's go into this week. We're gonna start the week, then we'll drop down to the day. Um, I was going to like, oh, mark the chart and then delete, but um, I'm not gonna do it this time. Like I said, when I get this thing together, myself together, then I'll do it. So we're gonna get closer to the chart. So this is where we are for this week. We want to focus on last week, and this week candlestick is right here. The previous candlestick was what we worked off right here, and then going into this week, we saw price break above that previous daily high and then previous daily open. I mean close. So and then price turn around pull back, as you can see down to this close here. And then price pull back and excuse me, got close to that previous monthly high. Excuse me, but not what quite close to the previous, well, not quite all the way to the previous um daily previously weekly open. I'm sorry. So we'll really be getting when they be rapping, bro. They be so angry. Even when rapping about God. Like, why you so angry rapping about God? I don't get it. All right. I'm gonna turn this a little darker so we can see it. All right. And I'm not we working off of this candlestick. All right. Clone that bad boy. And there we go. Why do you show this for free? Why are you showing us your 10E? Honestly, I can show you whatever. If you got questions, you gotta hit me up with the mentorship. That's where we get deep at. That's where you get crazy at. So this is the previous weekly open. That's where you get my crazy at. You wanna really tap in with me? Other than that, we good. You can even go follow somebody else. But you got questions though? Find me a mentor that has the academy, give you the sauce of the academy, give you a strategy all the way from point A to B, and then has one-on-ones at any time of your leisure. You tell me. Show me. So that's the previous weekly open. We're gonna mark the previous weekly close, which is right here. And now we gotta mark, we gotta draw and mark the previous weekly high, which is here. And then we'll mark that the same color. Boom. All right. Previous weekly high. And then as I can see, there's no low, so we don't have to worry about no previous weekly low. All right, so let's drop down to the day, see what it look like on the day. We already know it pulled back down to the previous weekly close, so we're gonna go to that previous candlestick, not the candlestick that we're on today. So this is the 26th. Today's the 25th. So we're gonna work off this candlestick, and actually we should be really working off of this candlestick because hold on. Yeah, because the 25th is not all the way over with. So I want to work off the 24th, and I haven't happened off the 26th. So this is just the candlestick work off of gold. Uh, so yeah, we're gonna work off this candlestick right here because it's the 24th. Today's the 25th, and the 26th just means like wherever this chart is, we're moving off of is already in the next day, you know. And so, and that's usually what goal is. So we're gonna do it off the 24th and not the 25th or the 26th. All right. Let me make sure this is more. This is more. All right, no, that's not her. That's my business partner. Shh. Yo, y'all, shout out to Dream Big Studios, man. They're even in Central Texas. Y'all want to come by our studio, check out our studio, come by Dream Big Studio. You want to come talk to me, check it out with me, come live it up with me, sit down with me, do a podcast, bro. Come to Dream Big Studios. All right, we're located in Killeen, Texas. And come check out it, check us out, man. Shout out to my boy Antonio. You want to get your beats together, you want to get your music right? I'm telling you. That's the spot, man. So this is the previous daily open because we selling. We open from the top, sell from the top, and then we close from the bottom, which means we take our profit from the bottom. So we gonna clone this area right here. Boom. And then previous daily close. Then why does it be doing like this, bro? All right. All right, so now I got the previous weekly open, and we're gonna go off of this candlestick high and low. Let's go. And then in a week. Oh, it does. I can already see it. There you go. And now we're gonna mark it. Previous daily high, previous daily low, All right. So price drop below the previous daily low. Uh, we want to look for the sell, but then it has to do some other things too. With confluences, we always want confluences, not just it by itself. So if you want other things that lines up with your strategy, you say, "Yo, this is good," like an indicator, a candlesticks pattern, chart pattern, like something, not just the candle. Oh, just the movement of the candlestick dropping below these marked up levels that we drew. Okay, all right. So this is what it look like right now. It hasn't dropped below the previous daily close. Price also hasn't dropped below the previous daily low. Price hasn't either dropped up above a previous daily open or the previous daily high. So since we know price pulled down and broke the previous daily high for the last week and the previous day, make sure that I'm saying that right. Yeah, price broke above the previous weekly close and previous daily high. Um, the previous weekly close up here for on the week time frame. Yeah, so you can see it better from the week time frame. All right, so you can see the previous week here price. This is what we in now. This week right here, which was between May 10th and all that. Price broke above the previous weekly high, which is up here. Open. Previous weekly open and high, and then came all the way up to here, right? So price pulled back, right? Let's see. This is last week candlestick, March 18th. This is March 19th, and this is March 20th, March 21, 20, 24, 25. So right here between the 21st and the 24th, today is the 25th, and today is Monday, so it starts a new week. So last week, price pulled back on the 24th. Price also pulled back on the 21st. And this is the candlestick that broke above the previous high daily open. Daily close, I mean, price break above previous daily close and above previous daily high. Oh, here already broke above the weekly. They're doing the same. So we price pulled back to retest that low and it didn't break it. So let's drop down and see what we got going on. I know I always spend a long time on this one, bro. But I'd rather show y'all and then you have questions. Like, okay, that's a little nice little trend that's going on. I want price to break above. Since we're above our pivot levels, we want price to break previous daily high. It's already been there. Yeah, okay. So we're climbing. Boom. Price sales. Let's see what this trend line does. No. Let's see what this trend line does though. Hmm. Yeah, and it broke up. Boom, boom. You got that first gas. You see, this was some price pullback, but then we're above the pivot levels, and then price made this lower low, and then price followed by a lower high, followed by another lower high. So we start like going up, and then it breaks this trend line above this uh previous daily low. So it bounces off, come back to retest. Um, what do I want to get in at? If price come back up to here. Yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna take a long position. Price get up to here. Hmm. And this is non-copyrighted, and I highly doubt that because we are above these pivot lows. Because price drop down here, I don't want to catch it. So we're gonna wait till price come back up here. And yeah. Hmm. Yeah. We're gonna try it. This is the part where I'll be like confused, like hesitant, right? But then if you don't learn, you don't get in, you really don't build confidence that way, and you never know what you're capable of just being hesitant. So you gotta like get in or don't get in. I advise you get in whether you lose a lot or not, because if you're using the right lot size, then you should be protecting yourself. So if price come back to, all right, let me see. Yeah, but the price really go back up to here, so it boom bounce to boom. Mm. My oh yeah, all right, yeah. I put it below the previous daily close and then a little bit below the previous weekly close. So I'm not gonna hesitate too long on it. That's what it look like for the day. Yeah, that worked. All right, because I don't want to spend too much time on this trade. But this is what I'm looking at for gold. I think this may be um, let's see. Yeah, because price broke above, it could pull all the way back down here. So I'm gonna leave it to right there. So that's what I'm gonna go with Nas for that. All right. So that was Nas 100. Uh, yeah, yeah, I feel comfortable with this. Um, so we're gonna lock that in, and then let's go to this is gold. Let's go to Nas 100. Then we do the last two. All right. Wait, Nas 100. Damn, that's crazy. That was gold is that's why I was like confused. I was reading off gold, my dumb self. But AC was kind of going hand in hand. I'm retarded. But we broke above the previous weekly open, and then price broke above the previous weekly close, and then boom, pulled back to that area. So I'm looking for price to bounce back up for this buy. Nas 100 was at one point in time in a nice little sale, and you can see that trend going about right there. And then we saw where price was bouncing, boom, boom, and broke this trend line. And within that previous daily low, previous opening close, and previous high, we thought me, I'm gonna say I thought that price could break here, pull back to retest the area, and if it did break out that previous daily high, we will be buying up to the previous weekly open or the previous weekly previous. This is the previous monthly low. Oh, because price had hold on. Okay, we're above the pivot points. Price have broken and closed below the previous monthly low on all time frames. Price has broken below the previous weekly low on the day time frame, waiting for price to break the previous daily low or break the previous daily high. And then price had broke. This was a nice little trend right here. And this where price broke that trend. Yeah. And then it broke it. Did it break it? Previous monthly high. Then price broke below the previous monthly low. And then price come back to retest the previous monthly low. Then it bounced off this trend line. But when I take away, it broke the trend line. It never closed below though. Like, but look at it. Price bounced off this previous weekly low, bounced off the previous weekly low, but it broke and closed. And then, okay, this was lower than this low, but then price pulled back to retest the previous daily high, breaking that trend line back into the previous daily low. Mm. We broke past that. If price breaks into this here, then you can buy all the way up to that previous weekly open. So we see what it did right now. We already no, we did go we're gonna get rid of the weekly and the daily, and then we'll get into it. Because for gold, oh, we had took a trade and we actually profit that trade. And I think we're somewhere in here. So let's go to the and then it's a doji too. So it bounced off the trend line. So it goes back up to here. We can buy, boom. Yeah, who is this? 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Um, feel this pretty remotely high, low. It didn't drop below the low. It was dropping below the high, so it could just boom, bind up to the previous weekly open. So we're gonna drop off the weekly. So we're gonna delete this weekly. We're gonna delete the daily and the because I want to see which way because it's showing me buy on these higher time frames. Then I feel like this thing is trying to sell, but it hasn't necessarily initiated the sale yet. Um, I'm trying to delete all this first. All right. So this is the day candlestick we're on for what, 24th. We're gonna do the previous candlestick here because it's the week that we're working off of. And then let's see what it does. So we're gonna go off of this week candlestick. Boom. Right. Right. All right. So now we're marking the previous weekly open, previous weekly open, which is open for the top since it was selling. And then the previous weekly close. And then previous daily low, if it has one, previous daily high, if it has one. All right. Previous weekly low. All right. So you got the previous weekly close, previous weekly open. And then we're gonna mark the daily. So let's drop down to the daily. What did it do? It did not break the previous weekly open, but it broke that trend line. Are we still above these pivot points? We're below the pivot points. Okay. So price pulled back to retest the previous monthly low, previous weekly open, and price drops back down into the previous weekly close, previous weekly low. Okay. I think since I'm gonna go more heavily with the sale, um, because it gave that, so I'm gonna go more with that. And then I'm also going to look at the previous weekly low and see what I can get out of that. So let me look at this. What's up, babe? I'm on call. What's up? Mm-hmm. That's a junior academy. It's inedible. It's already written. You're gonna be great. Go where? I'm on call. I'm literally on a recording call right now. I'm on call right now. You can go when I get off. But I'm on call right now. Babe, I'm on call right now. When I get done. Literally, when I get done. Okay, take a shower. Okay. When I get off. All right. So, sorry about that. Uh, yeah, I think this is like pulling back. I think it's like because if you look at for the week, it was selling past the previous monthly low for this week. And it made a small little pullback on this doji. Um, my thing though is because of the monthly. The monthly is a key factor. Price may have previous monthly high and price sold below the low. So that's a key level. So I think we're traveling down to these pivot levels here. Um, so the decision, yeah, because it's showing that it's sell on daily 4 hour one. Mm, let me get something. Really? Hmm. I'm trying to think. Broke above. And it broke above this. I want to say I want to go for it, but because it didn't break the trend line, even though it broke this trend, it broke below the previous monthly low. It didn't break that trend line. So let's try this action. I think I want to buy it. We gonna buy it. So we ain't gonna sell this. We gonna buy this. The price break um to here. We at the pivot level, and then price can be there. It could be a little bit below the previous weekly open, but I'm gonna put it here. There. And then we can buy up 1 3. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna buy this because it didn't break the trend line on the day or the week. So we're gonna price is above pivot points on day, no, weekly and monthly time frame. Price is did not break that trend line. Price did not break trend line. One, two, daily time frame. Five, go back to because this was the new high, new low. Made a new high. Expect the high. Expected the low. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with the buy for this trade. I like it. I love it actually. And we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes. We always take that time getting that for everything. So let's actually get into the meat and potatoes for this trade. We're gonna look at GBP JPY USD and GBP JPY. What? I don't have your phone charger, bro. You can put it on my phone charger right here, but you can't take it with you. Yeah. Um, GBP JPY. Let's look at news because we did not like GBP JPY. Like we had some good trades to take off. We had one, two, three great trades on here to take off for this week. I mean for this month. Each green line actually shows you if the trade that we took was red or green. And so if you look at it, for Nas, we had what? It ain't gonna let me show you because I think the the green disappeared on this trade. I don't know. So you go back, we had a few good trades on that, but oh, here you go. Nope, nope. We had like three or four. I'll go back through the videos and look at it and tell you how many we have already taken. But yeah, so this was for that. Uh, so for this time frame, JPY, we're gonna look at forexfactory.com as we wrap this up. Then we're gonna do JPY USD. So you may see something actually transpired. Um, like www.forex. So for we'll go ahead and do this. I should look at this. No, I was over here reading out Nas 100 shoot. So Monday for JPY, yellow, yellow. Oh, that's well Tuesday. Oh, today's Tuesday. That's why I'm off. Yesterday was Monday. Man, all right. I apologize. I apologize. So for Tuesday, JPY is yellow, yellow. Wednesday, JPY is no news. Thursday, JPY is orange and yellow. Friday, JPY is no news. So orange and yellow for the JPY. And then for GBP for the week, we have on Tuesday, GBP is orange. GBP for Wednesday is red, yellow, yellow. GBP for Thursday is yellow. Friday is red. So GBP has red, yellow, and orange folders. So it's very questionable because I may not like it. Because honestly, I like JPY, but I don't like GBP right now because it's not moving in the manner that I want to. So we'll look at it and then we'll move for GBP, JPY. So we was expecting for this for overall, we are waiting for price to break the previous daily high to buy or previous daily close to sell. We saw price on this major uh pullback that we was thinking it was a pullback. And I see price broke above the previous monthly open. Boom. Previous monthly open, previous monthly wait. Oh, broke above the previous monthly close. Boom, previous monthly open. This is off or something else. Hold on. Close. Okay, price broke above previous monthly open. And previous right here. This supposed to be previous monthly close. I don't know why that's right there. Previous monthly opens right here. Close and previous monthly open. So price broke above that, came back to retest the close, dropping below the previous monthly low, dropping into the previous monthly low, but it did not break the previous monthly low. It came back broke above the previous monthly close, and now we at the previous monthly open. All right. For the previous month, I don't think we had a high. No, it didn't. So we're gonna go back to it. So it didn't have a high. Um, I think this is buying, mainly because we are above the previous monthly open here. Uh, Weekly. Hmm. And we saw it price broke here, broke here, broke here. So we're gonna delete the previous because price did not break the previous daily high. Hmm. I'm trying to figure out where. Uh, okay, here you go. Previous monthly open, previous monthly low. Okay, the price break above the weekly, previous weekly high, and then price broke above the previous daily high. Nope, price did not break above the previous daily high. Previous daily close, it did. Previous daily open, previous weekly high, close, previous weekly low. I'm trying to figure this one out. I don't want to trade this one. I don't like it, honestly. That's what we are right here. We're gonna trade this. I want price to break above this previous weekly high. Um, GBP was all over the place. I don't. It's. I want price to break above the previous day high. So still overall, we're waiting for price to break above the previous daily high, and it hasn't to buy. And I needed to go above. Boom, pull it back. Yeah, I think this is one of those trades that I'd rather like miss out on. Nope, I don't want to trade this one. So we're gonna wait for price to break above the previous daily high before we buy. Cause I don't know, I don't like it. Boom, pull back, boom. Um, hmm, hmm. Previous monthly open. Oh, we're above the previous. Oh, for all the people that likes to trade stuff like that, not really caring, we can I'll just put it up here and we can see what it do and if it hit the L or not. Um, and then we'll be on one more trade. God dang it. It made my cue not to do it. To it. If price break into a high, then we'll be in the right space that we need to be in. So if price break into a new high, break this high, it'll break it, but we'll have time to. Mm, Oh my bad. I'm trying to think, y'all. I'm gonna go with my first answer. I don't want to trade that this week. So, because last week I think I liked it to trade. This week I don't like to trade. So we're gonna put 03, 25, 25. Do not like the trade, even though the setup is nice. It can be a let's see what it do. All right. All right, moving on. I'm having one last thing because my daughter's waiting on me. Let's do GBP JPY. I didn't like GBP JPY. I mean, it didn't break the area that I wanted to break for me to get into it. So this is JPY USD. You guys saw me take this trade. I was a little iffy about this trade. So this lets you know this strategy works with any type of market. You just have to know how to utilize it. Um, so we took profit on that trade here. Let's see. Mm, mm, yeah. So we sold that. But like I said, I don't really like them. So price did not break previous weekly high or low. Price broke previous daily low. Looking for price to travel back to test the previous weekly open or previous weekly low. um, I'm trying to think. JPY was pretty good, but for me to continue to buy this, what the previous day, this is definitely buying because it switched real quick. This trend switched, so we're looking forward by. Um, Price broke above the previous daily um, low, and then previous daily close, previous day open for a buy, then previous hit the previous week high, pull back to test the previous week low. They did not take out that previous week though. Previous week low. This is high low. We have low. Right, so this is previous high. This is the previous low. Price pulling back to retest that low. So I'm just gonna take this part away because price did not break above that. Mm-hmm. So let's go to the previous week. JPY was USD good? I don't know. So, guy, you know what you doing? I freaking don't, man. This is we're, um previous week, 25th. Today's the 25th. So we just like mark. Let's take away this previous weekly low. Previous. We gonna take away the previous week. We're gonna take away the previous week. I don't know why I'm whispering, but I'm looking. This is my last one. I don't really like this trade, but it profit. So I just want to start over with the previous daily open, close, high, low, previous day open, previous daily open. So we're gonna remark. I'm going to remark this. We're in the previous weekly high and previous monthly. So let's mark the week. So this is this week for the 24th. This is the previous week, or just the 17th. Price drop below that. So let me see something. I'm trying to see something, y'all. We're gonna make this yellow, and then we're gonna make this other one orange. And then we're gonna make the high part, and let's see. Um, we're gonna make that pink. Okay. Previous weekly low, previous weekly high. I know, but I had to tell myself like this is the key piece. So what I'm saying, I just want to continue to show y'all. Um, I actually enjoy marking stuff up and figuring it out. Previous weekly opens at the top, and then you have the previous weekly close at the bottom. Now we're gonna do the daily. This is the 26th. This is today, the 25th. We're gonna mark off of the 24th candlestick. All right, let's do it. So this is the 25th. This is the 24th. All right, clone. Okay. All right. I'm trying to figure it out. Blue and okay, there's no low. Okay. All right, so the previous daily high, no, previous daily open because there's no high, it's the blue. And then you got the previous daily low. So baby, I don't even have no money. They just asked, but I thought it came from you. I don't got no cash right now. I'll talk to you when I get a call. Previous daily. Huh? Okay. Previous daily open, previous daily low, previous daily close. I'm getting to the end. All right. Don't know how this is non-copyright. It doesn't make any sense. I just think Spotify be just saying shit. So I'm trying to make sure there's no high that I'm missing. No, it's not a high. All right, bet. All right. Previous daily close, previous daily open, previous daily low. Price fell below the previous weekly open. Price fell went back above that. So let's drop down to the 4 hour. It went down to the previous daily low and bounced back up to the previous daily close. Hmm. I think I see a weird little train right there. Uh, what's the part I'd be like, I don't know. Oh, so my pretty monthly is all the way down here. It broke. It changed the character. So we gonna put price to break below the previous daily low. Or I guess I would like to see the next move because it can either continue to sell, breaking below the previous daily low. This could be a little nice little pullback. A price can shoot up and like it's doing, going back into the previous daily close, working its way back up to the previous weekly close, previous weekly open, previous daily open. Yeah, I want to wait on this one. It's a nice setup though. It is buying, but I would like for it to pull back, and then if it's gonna break above, on the break above that previous daily high. Where is that? I hate when they do this. Previous daily high. Oh, there's no high. We only have a previous daily low and a previous daily open. So we want price break above that previous daily open if it's going to buy. And then you want price to break below the previous daily low and you'll travel all the way down to the pivot point and the previous monthly close to sell. But I think this is a pullback because it switched the trend. See, it's like already boom, boom, selling that way. And now we buying back up. Hmm. Hmm. Just a little observation. And then, yeah, I think it's buying because price bought up. Retest, so break this previous monthly high. Come back and retest. Yeah. If it breaks my trend line, then I'll get in. But that's what I'm looking at right now. But if not, I'm looking for it to drop down to the previous day low and we continue to sell. So hard, man. This is where I'll be like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like this the moment. This is the moment. So um I'm not I'm going to take an executive decision and I'm not going to trade um JPY USD this week. I don't like it. I mark it up for my guy Eric. But yeah. So the only one I think I found a trade on was I think it was Nas 100. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. GBP, JPY. I don't like that one at all, as far as news goes. So we'll see how that travels. Oh, I think I marked Nas 100 too. Nas 100 and gold. So those are the two trades that I'm looking for this week. Not gonna hold you. Um, this is the moment where I'd be like, bruh, after 5 years, I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But when I go back to my older videos, I actually definitely see that there's a big difference in the way I see things and the way that I observe things and still made money looking at it crazy, right? So building confidence is the most important thing. And so this is what this journey is about for me to build confidence, getting back in, tapping in with my live, tapping in with my demo, showing you the ups and downs, family life, career life, and this. So this is career right here. This. So yeah. So why are you trying to figure all this out? Do all these multiple projects at the one time, sit down and look at the chart, make an executive decision to get in and not get in, stay within your means, stay within, allow yourself. Why are you trying to do all this? And looked at the crypto, you looked at the futures, you looked into how to save. You want to be able to save money, so you start doing CDs, certificates, which is a CD, hedge funds, all that. You start doing all that, trying to figure it out. And at some point in time, you're going to say, Forex is stupid. Dang, even though all that wasn't Forex, I do agree. Once you learn the chart, all you gotta do is have the concept, build a strategy that fits you, and continue to build on with experience, and experience come with life, and life come with years. God bless you to see it. You just got to continue to elevate. So yeah, man, that's all I got. I don't know if this gonna happen. I'm not gonna cap. I don't know. I don't know if this gonna hit. I don't know if it's gonna make it. I don't know if I'm showing you the right way. I don't know. What I do know, I'm showing you what makes sense to me. So make sure you tap in the recent videos I dropped yesterday, Sunday night. I don't know, about pivot points. I gave two tools that I use that helps me, figure out the direction. And as you see, I used one on, which is the pivot point, the traditional pivot point. And then I have another one, so you want to go tap into that previous video. And if you want to see how I marked the charts and how many was green and how many was not, go back to the previous videos. You can watch those. You want to ask me some questions, tap into the mentorship, man, hit that email below, hit me up, ask me some questions. You want to get more to the mentorship, we're gonna pay to play. But if not, YouTube is free. You can always tune in here. And yeah, man, I gotta go. I'm done. That's all I got. I'm tired of it. Um, that's all I got, man. So see you next time here at and it is. But I'm going to fix this so we can be able to watch it over time. All right. Peace.